All right. Well, our guys fought hard today. Ran into a buzzsaw called Texas Southern. Very proud of both teams. You know, Coach Davis. I mean, I think he's the best coach in Texas. I mean, out of all the schools. I think it's an honor to coach against him. I think it's an honor to have him coaching for your school. They had a great game plan, great basketball players, great athletes. Very, very proud of both guys. It's bittersweet, you know, seeing these guys leave. I've been telling these guys this is the first time in a few years that it's been a pleasure to coach, driving up and down 290 to go to practice every day. You know, one of the hardest working guys to my right and to my left. You know, it's sad to see them go, but I expect great things out of them.
Questions?
Coach, Raymond Holly, HBCUsports.com. Looking at the stats, look like field goal wise, y'all were better than TSU, but it seemed like they got a big edge in the foul shots.
Because they were aggressive. Aggressive basketball team. They take it to the basket. We relied on taking a lot of shots. You know, just one of those days. Like I said, they shot 37 free throws, and it's not the fact that they shot 37, it's that they made 30 of them. So they did what they're supposed to do. They were aggressive. I think it was an evenly called game. Our guys weren't as aggressive taking to the basket, but like I said before, those are great basketball players on that side over there. Gibbs and Thomas and Biggs, they did a good job, and I think our guys did a pretty good job. I'm pretty proud of them. You know, I think what 3 points, yeah. Biggs, we held Biggs with 3 points, but you know, Gibbs had 14. But we you know, there's other guys that hurt us. Malcolm Riley and Chris Thomas hurt us, and but we talked about Gibbs in practice, and we talked about Biggs, and one thing we said was we let somebody else beat us, and somebody else did.
Coach, just talk about the bittersweetness. You made the finals last year. You brought everybody back virtually and were unable to get over this hump. After beating Prairie View, TSU the last time out at home, just kind of characterize how you capsule the whole season in, because you were playing for this point, playing your best basketball of the season coming down the stretch.
Well, I mean, we were 8-1 coming down the stretch, and they were 8-1 coming down the stretch. You know, it was I think two of the top teams the second half of the season, and like I said before, we ran into a buzzsaw, and those guys did a great job, and I'm proud of both squads. I'm happy for Coach Davis. I'm happy to see Gibbs out of here. I'm happy to see Biggs gone. I don't have to see them guys anymore. And but I guarantee you, and you guys guarantee my Davis, there's gonna be another Gibbs next year that he's gonna bring in. So we're just gonna have to work from day one with our guys returning and our recruits we got coming in, and our young guys. And you know, what I'm saying, I'm the type of guy, I'll bring some freshmen in, and we'll work and we'll build from there. And you know, it's going to be somebody else next year, so we just going to have to work on it.
You seem to be able, I'm sorry, Nikki Bannister, KKST, you all seem to be able to penetrate them early in the first half and what have you. We're only down by 8. Was it a matter of fatigue or adjustment?
Yeah, you know what, I didn't sub that much, and you know what, I said these guys need to go out the way they came in. Those guys played hard, and I didn't deserve to be on the floor. You know, but we just didn't do some of the little stuff. We didn't offensive rebound. We didn't do a good job of that. We didn't do a good job of knocking down free throws. So it's just one of those games.
Of course, being seniors, you know, you don't have, and this is your crosstown rival, so you don't have to speak on that. But just going in the lessons learned and what you be passing on to the ones following behind you, elaborate on a little bit.
Just hard work. I mean, we worked hard all season. We had the freshmen, sophomores, juniors step up and work hard with us, and that was basically it. That's all I can pass down. It's hard work, and we won a lot of good games, a lot of rival games that we needed to win.
Really just listening, like you said, hard from day one.
just, understanding that there's one goal and that, everybody has to sacrifice, really just sacrifice.
I'm Coach Charles Bishop inside the HBCU Sports Lab, Dr. Bill. Touch on, you consoled Montrell Scott and John at the end. You talked a little bit about how much of a pleasure it was coaching this team. Could you kind of expound on that a little bit more?
Well, I mean, it's you're around Brisco and you're around Montrell. I mean, I'm around Montrell 4 years. I mean, he pretty much started for 4 years since he's been here. It's something to see a kid every day, 6 out of the 7 days out of the week, and then one day you don't get to see him anymore every day. You see him around school, but it's time for these guys, and I really feel that, I mean, they'll play some type of professional basketball, hopefully. So, I mean, they'll be around the school, and I won't be around as much. I'm going to be on that recruiting trail trying to find me a Gibbs or a Biggs. So, they're going to be, they won't see me as much. And then when they grow up, I mean, then they graduate, they'll start their own little life, and I'll talk to them once in every blue moon and stuff. So, it's kind of, it's sad. You see them go, and they worked hard. They worked very hard. They, like I said, we've been going since the summertime with the Costa Rica. They've been working hard and with no headaches. So it was almost scary. You almost wait around the corner for something bad to happen. But they were good kids. And, we didn't have any major injuries and excellent students. All these guys are bona fide student athletes, first of all, and with no trouble and stuff. They make me look good. So I'm happy for them.
Coach, you've seen TSU 3 times this year. What do you envision they can do when they get to the dance and try to make some noise?
Well, it's going to be matchups. I mean, heck, if they play Kentucky, we all know that. But but I mean, their guards are really good. I mean, I don't think people do realize that now. I mean, Michigan State realized it, and Kansas State realized that they're a really good basketball team. So. It's going to be a matchup. It depends on who they get. I mean, if they get a #1 seed of Kentucky, it might be trouble. But if they get a #1 seed of Villanova, they match up with a Villanova.
How important is it for the SWAC to see a team like TSU, whoever it may be? In this case, it's TSU. How important is it for the SWAC to see a TSU go to the tournament and do something good?
Well, I mean, I think people are starting to open their eyes on the SWAC. I mean, when you get a coach like Mike Davis to come down here to coach in the SWAC, people start asking, oh, what's going on down there? And he's beating schools, and it's more of a reputation now of SWAC in the past. And once people start stepping into the gym and they walk in and you walk into a Toyota Center and you see the SWAC playing, I mean, I don't think there's too many other conferences playing in a facilities as lovely as this. So people are starting now to call. We starting now to turn down some kids that are really good. So I mean, we got transfers that want to come in from almost all over the country, from high major all the way down. When they come to a gym and it's packed. I mean, when you go to TSU's gym and then you go to Prairie View gym, it's rocking and rolling in there. Where you might go to somewhere in the Southland, it's a pretty gym. You walk in, there's 15 crickets in there. So you understand what's going on, huh?
That Southland, bro.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens sometimes and stuff. So, it's fun. It's fun to be around. It's fun when you got your band dancing, you got the cheerleaders dancing in the SWAC, and everybody has a good time when they come to the gym.
We got time for one more question. We're done. Thanks, Aaron.